Hi everyone, welcome to the Cat Scrappiness YouTube channel. My name is Dalis, but you might know me as Damper Girl. Today we will be creating this adorable fishbowl using the following materials that you see here. Let's get started. The first thing that we will be using is the Cat Scrappiness Witches Brew dies. This die, is a Halloween die. It's to create a witch's brew, but we are going to modify it and make a super sweet and adorable fishbowl. One of the things that I love doing is creating different things with unexpected items. I am trying for the first time ever the Cat Scrappiness metal die side snips. These are heavy duty tool. I love how easy it is to cut my die cuts. If you notice, I do not pull my die cuts necessarily from the packaging material, especially if it has a lot of smaller pieces, so I don't lose them. They stay stick to the tape. I am making sure that the flat side is as close as possible to my die and then snipping. I will remove all the interior die cuts. Sometimes to get close to that border die, you need to flip your die or flip your side snips, okay? After removing all the interior dies, I have my cauldron and my shaker part for the cauldron. And here I decided to use the shaker part and cut it out of vellum multiple times to create the shaker part. And at the end, you will see me that I cover the vellum because I don't like the color against the white frame that I'm going to use. So I should probably have just started with white itself. But I wanted to try the vellum because I thought it was going to give me some type of transparency for the fishbowl. And I am just gluing layers so you can cut multiple layers. I think I cut 6 of them. I might be right or not. And I'm just cutting them and putting them together. After this, I will cut also one piece from transparency. Notice that I have an extra piece of the shaker part that I have not glued. So what I'm going to do is I am going to sandwich together the layers that I put together, the transparency, and that extra layer that it's going to be on the top. I'm going to make sure that my tape, this is a very strong tape I use in my ATG, stays around in the paper and not outside, so it's not sticky when I add my little shaker sprinkles. Now for the moment of truth, let's turn this cauldron into a fishbowl. And all I'm doing is I am cutting the feet of the cauldron and trying to make it as round as possible. I probably shouldn't have used these scissors that I'm using here. They are hard to do work on a curve. But I was afraid that I had so many layers that my other scissors wouldn't have had a good effect on it. I love how it looks, and I think I might try this a few more times. And I decided I have the here fishy sprinkles, as you can see, and the cold fish sprinkles to add to my shaker. These are just flipping adorable. Like, they are so cute. Look at those tiny little fish. They are super tiny, super thin clay pieces, so they are perfect for shaker cards. And here are the goldfish sprinkles. These are so bright. They are just perfect for this card against the blues in the Friends Under the Sea paper collection. I will also cut the solid part of the die cut from the Friends Under the Sea. I showcase a few of the pages trying to figure it out, which one I want to use. And I end up using the waves, which I think they are perfect for this project. I'm going to use the previous shaker part that die cut that I put together as a template to cut the legs of the cauldron of the pattern paper. And here you see I was debating to go with the little oxygen bubbles for the fish or to go with the waves, but I feel like the waves have more contrast against the white on the fishbowl. So that's how I went with. I'm going to be using some double-sided tape. I usually cut mine in half, and I'm going to keep it all around, making sure that there are no gaps for my shaker. One trick to help your double-sided foam tape go around a round die cut like this one is to remove the release paper, and then you'll be able to follow the curve much easier. For the shaker pieces, I decided to use some of the new ones, which is Purple Seaside Sparkle Mix. I love this one. It's so sparkly and gorgeous. The second one is Sparkling Seashore. It has little tiny little balls and it has 3 sizes, so I used the smallest one. And then, like I said, I use here fishy and goldfish sprinkles. And I am trying to make a good mix of these. Then at the end, you'll see me bring mother of pearl sprinkles, which is one of my favorite. And I'm going to add that one at the end on the card. And I seriously, truly love how this little fishbowl shaker card looked. I could have done another layer of the foam tape and use some of the bigger pearls in the sparkling seashore or as part of the purple seaside embellishment mix because they are both beautiful. You see me here digging some of these purple, like they look like jimmies, like the candies that you put on top of your ice cream, just because I think they go perfectly with the here fishy is this exactly the same purple. I wanted to add that these embellishment trays are amazing. These are the first ones that I have ever tried because I never saw really the use because I'm like, oh, I'll grab them from the bag. Oh my goodness. They are so much easier to put back in the bag. It's amazing at the difference and they are not running around everywhere. So I am getting a few more of these. So when I do a shaker card like this where I need even more than 4 of them, I'll have a few extra ones. I will bring back the Friends Under the Sea paper pack, the 6x6 that I use for my fishbowl, to see which of the other pattern papers I will be using as a contrast for my background. I end up using the mink polka dot and I love how it turns out. I am going to bring the Friends Under the Sea stamp set, which I'm be using the Just Keep Swimming sentiment from. That's adorable set of sentiments. And also we'll be bringing the A2 reverse scallop dies, which is I'm going to be using the largest size for this card. And I'm going to cut the mint polka dot paper with it. I decided my card needed a little bit more contrast, so I cut 4 of the same size frame but in white. So I'm going to do the frame in white and then the inside of that scallop frame, that reverse scallop frame, I'm going to keep the polka dot mint paper. I'm going to glue all 4 frames together And you'll see me, this is when I come back and cut one more of the shaker piece, but in white, and I glue it to my already shaker that I created. I am also going to be using the Just Keep Swimming from the Friends Under the Sea stamp set, and I am going to heat emboss it. To prep the area for heat embossing, I'm going to use the Cat Scrappiness telescopic embossing powder tool with the retractable brush. I am going to trim my embossed sentiment with my trimmer, but I wanted to give you this little hint. So I start trimming one side, and the other side it's kind of hard to trim because it's hard to hold the guard. And what I do is I glue with some washi to a piece of cardstock, and then I push it through, and that way I can easily cut it to the right amount. I am ready to glue my frame onto my card, which is like a gray slate pre-made card. I'm using my Burley Art glue. I'm going to glue the frame, and then I am going to push through the center of the reverse scallop. I will use my Cat Scrappiness Rainbow Ombre Reverse Crossing Lock craft tweezers to push the center of that reverse scallop into the frame so it's nice and snug. And as you can see, the next thing is I am going to cut a little bit of flags at the end of my sentiment, my embossed sentiment from that Friends Under the Sea stamp set. And I'm curving it a little bit, and I am only gluing the middle of the. As a finishing touch, I am adding a few more of the mother of pearl sprinkles from Cat Scrappiness in between the sentiment, like little bubbles. Here are some of the products that I used today to create this fishbowl shaker card. If you have any questions, just make sure that you check the line of products down in the description. I will have not only links, but they also should link you directly to the store with the product bar. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave me a comment, and I will be more than glad to answer those questions. Again, this is Dalis for Cat Scrappiness. And remember, don't leave your crafting for tomorrow. Start today. Bye.